Hello everyone, this is Greg D. It's about 12:30 on Sunday afternoon. Just going to give you a quick update here. I got a lot of the morning model data already in, so I think it's worthwhile to take a look at some of the things that have changed since I last updated you on the forecast earlier this morning. And as you will see, things have indeed changed in some of the models. So let's take a look at the wider shot here around the Mid-South. There's our storm system. Notice there's a little batch of sleet and snow that's already approaching western Arkansas, and I think we'll see precipitation in western Arkansas maybe by 4 o'clock this afternoon, definitely after dark. Now, back to the west where the actual low pressure is, you see there's just not a lot going on. The system kind of moisture starved. There's really not a lot to talk about in terms of precipitation coverage with this system. And that's, I think, the story here is that we'll kind of see this scattered stuff move into the state, not a big, well-organized storm system, and that will affect the amount of precipitation that we expect. Remember, this is not a big storm. It's simply our first bout of some wintry weather. The timing here is what's really not the best for many of us. Early morning Monday, of course, and maybe already some holiday travel involved in there as well. So here's what we're looking at. We're going to take you through forecast track first and see what that's calling for. So it's got the snow there pretty well, some sleet and freezing rain in Dallas by, let's say, tonight. So this is noon. This is right now. You see cloudy skies over central Arkansas. No issues there. And then that storm system starts approaching. Notice very scattered. Midnight, something in northwest Arkansas, a little bit down to the south. I think a lot of this stuff will fall as very light precipitation overnight. The radar might even have trouble seeing it in some places. Then tomorrow, a little disturbance moves by, and forecast track here actually picking up a band of some rain in southern Arkansas and possibly sleet and snow across the central parts of the state midday tomorrow around lunchtime, and then that quickly moves out of the picture very quickly, and actually could change to rain a little bit by tomorrow evening, and then the whole system just moves by so that by Tuesday, this thing is it's gone. It's definitely out of here, and we no longer have to worry about it in terms of causing any issues. Look at the big storm moving up the East Coast. So if you're traveling up the East Coast later on in the week, that may impact you in New England or Atlanta, Washington, D.C. with some heavy rain and snow north of New York City. So how much? Okay, we're going to start you off with the European model. This pretty much has been pretty consistent throughout the state. Notice it's pointing about 1 to 1.5 to maybe 2 inches in some of the higher elevations. Generally, mostly snow here from Little Rock to Fayetteville through Tuesday night. Though remember, a lot of this is going to fall through actually Tuesday morning, if not even Monday evening. So there's the European. Next model up is the GFS. This has changed. Remember, earlier in the morning, you can watch the video on this Facebook page. It wasn't really showing much of anything for the state in terms of frozen precipitation. Now it's leaning to a light, very light coating, less than 1/10 of an inch of rain, of freezing rain in parts of central, western, and northern Arkansas, with maybe even a little bit of snow there. That's a change. The GFS is trending towards some colder temperatures. Now, what about the NAM? This one, too, has been pretty consistent, and overall, I don't think there's much change with this one as well, mainly northern Arkansas, but you do see a little bit more icing in the southwest, and then about 1 or 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of snow in northern Arkansas through Wednesday afternoon. Really, this would be, again, through Tuesday morning that most of this would happen. And notice southwest and southern Arkansas, like the models were indicating earlier in the weekend, basically out of the picture. I wonder if the Weather Service is now going to start adjusting some of these winter weather advisories farther north because of these changes in the model. So last, our in-house model, the RPM called internally, the forecast track is what you see on air. And you see it also is hinting at maybe 1 inch or 2. And this is where it's picking up that little band tomorrow from Little Rock into eastern Arkansas along I-40 tomorrow afternoon, midday, of some snow from Little Rock back towards Stuttgart. Because it's falling during the day and the temperatures will be marginal in the low 30s, I think the roadways, especially the city streets, should remain mainly wet, though some of the secondary roadways, of course, could get slushy, though because this would happen during the daytime, I'm pretty hopeful that things would be better out there. So let's kind of compare everything on our model matrix. You've seen this before, and this is a change since earlier today. Watch what the latest matrix is showing. Remember when I showed you this earlier today, it was just a European that had any kind of snowfall amounts for any of these towns. Well, now the NAM and RPM are in, and the number is pretty consistent 1 inch. We got a 2 inch in there for Benton, 0 for Benton from the NAM. So you see, we'll average an inch in most towns at the most through Tuesday afternoon. Some other towns that could be affected. And again, new towns showing up earlier this morning with just a euro. Now you got the NAM and RPM for Cabot over toward Maumelle. That's with that one little band that's moving by through central Arkansas. So definitely an interesting situation here in terms of the possibility of some wintry weather. I do think it'll be very light. I think it'll be very spotty through tonight and tomorrow morning, with maybe the northern and northwest parts of the state affected the most. And then looks like maybe during the day tomorrow we may pick up another shot of some snow, sleet, and rain mixed around the state. This is not going to be the storm that you make snowmen with, that you make, huge snowballs with. This is just not that storm. Yeah, some of you with an inch of snow, I suppose, and some grassy surfaces, you'll be able to squeeze out a little snowman. But this is not the big one. This is not a blockbuster. But it's, again, the timing that's the issue here. The time of day that this thing is popping up that, is at least a concern for us here around central Arkansas. So we'll continue to update you on the situation. I'll post some actual maps with some numbers out there on the Facebook page and Twitter as well. And we'll try to do another update in terms of posting some photos later on tonight or this evening. Everybody enjoy a cold, cloudy Sunday out there. Stay safe tomorrow. Please watch us from 5 until 7 on KRK. If you wake up a little earlier, remember, we are now on Fox. I do the weather on Fox from 7 to 9 every morning with Deidre Wilson, Fox 16 Good Day. You'll get your weather updated there as well if you happen to wake up after 7 o'clock, which many of you do because, well, a lot of the schools are off tomorrow. So you may be waking up a little later. Please turn on Fox from 7 to 9, and we'll, of course, update you on the latest weather situation. Have a great one, everybody. Thanks for making KRK4 your weather authority.